Today we're going to talk about the bicep curl, one of the most easily recognizable exercises and most popular exercises to do. Without even knowing you personally, I know you have done it before. Have you ever thought about what it is that's actually happening when you perform the exercise? Which muscles you are using besides the biceps? Is there a proper technique or anything you might be doing wrong? It seems pretty straightforward, but is it? Well, I'm Coach Cassandra. I'm going to walk you through everything you want to know about the bicep curl, so stay tuned. Coach Cassandra here. Welcome to another video. First, let's talk about anatomy. Your bicep brachii is attached to your shoulder in two places, giving it the name bicep. At the bottom, your bicep is connected to a tendon in your lower arm. When the bicep muscle contracts, so when you flex it, it pulls the forearm and bends at the elbow. The bicep muscle is the primary mover here, but not the only muscle used. Underneath your bicep brachii is your bicep brachialis, which also assists lifting the lower arm. The deltoid right here is a triangle-shaped muscle that connects your arm to your collarbone and your scapula. In the bicep curl, it helps bring your arm forward if you aren't strictly isolating your elbow. Your wrist flexors and extensors, which run down your lower arm and connect your wrist to your elbow, also play a role in the bicep curl by holding your wrist stable while doing the bicep curl. While the bicep brachii is the one getting all of the attention, all of these other muscles work together in the bicep curl and help build that big bicep. Now, besides aesthetically wanting well-defined bicep muscles, it's also a very useful muscle to be strong in. Any type of lifting or carrying motion uses the biceps. And if you think about holding a heavy object, you usually hold it at about 90 degrees. Or perhaps lower, which takes place in the motion of the bicep curl. So it's good to be strong here. Now you are right, the basics of the bicep curl are pretty straightforward. You start with your feet about hip width apart and knees slightly bent, okay? Very important, knees always need to be slightly bent. Palms should face out and away from your body. Tighten your core and lift your hands bending at the elbow, upward towards your shoulders. Stop at the top and lower your hands down, keeping your palms facing up and out. And that's the basic bicep curl. Now you can also perform the bicep curl with bands, dumbbells, kettlebells, or even barbells. Machines can also help you perform this exercise. Now let's talk about some variations that are, similar to the bicep curl. Hammer curls use the same motion as the bicep curl, except your palms face each other. Rather than up, they face each other. Hammer curls work the outer head of the bicep muscle. Remember how I mentioned that the bicep muscle has two connecting points at the top? Hammer curls work the outside of the bicep muscle and that outer connection point. Preacher curls isolate the motion by taking away anything that can help, such as a swing or twist. They are similar to something you may have heard of as concentration curls. Concentration curls rest your elbow on your knee to, again, concentrate the motion. Both variations allow for the full range of motion too, so they are a great way to work on your biceps. Now, resistance bands are another great tool as they are easier at the bottom, but also very difficult at the top. You can use a cable machine or even a TRX to activate and work your biceps as well. All provide a little something different, and the best way to build your biceps is to vary your workout. Instead of doing the basic bicep curl every day, swap out your weight type or maybe even your variation. Now, a couple tips for you for the bicep curl. Don't lift all the way up to the tippy top. There are two resting points in this move, the very bottom and the very top. So keep a weight about a couple inches from the top to get the maximum results. Now, if you're new to this exercise, focus on form rather than speed. Pumping out reps is only effective and safe if you have the proper technique. Concentrate on the arms. Don't swing your hips or use your shoulders with this one. If you find yourself moving too much, Either reduce your weight or lower your reps. Heavier weight equals less reps, okay? Lighter weight equals more. You can also perform this exercise kneeling or seated if you find yourself moving around too much. And with that, that's all I got for you. There are a lot of ways to work on your bicep muscles, so give a couple of variations a try. Some might be surprisingly more difficult. Just sitting down makes a huge difference. Now remember, if you like this video and want to support my channel, please click that like button down below and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Coming up next, we're going to talk about that big hot topic of weight loss. Stay tuned.